trying to get out of PDX, some trying to get into PDX, and it's causing dozens of cancellations. That's where we find Andrew Dimber live at the airport right now. And Andrew, people want to know just why so many cancellations today.
Yeah, well, Chris, we have Kama Simons here with the airport. She's going to give us some of the latest on some of those cancellations and delays. We heard, it was up to 35% of all flights?
About 35% of the flights are canceled out of PDX today. That's about early afternoon. It was 144 out of 399 flights today.
And so what can travelers who are leaving or coming into PDX tonight, what can they do ahead of their flight to check on the status and see if it's delayed or canceled?
You bet. The best thing you can do is if you think you have a flight either Saturday or Sunday out of PDX, check with your airline. See if that flight is currently still scheduled. Continue to check back, especially if your flight's tomorrow. And then if not, the airlines appear to be pretty good with rebooking.
Now, there might be some travelers out there that are looking out their window and they say, hey, we don't see that much snow. Why are so many flights canceled or delayed?
Everyone's really listening and watching the same forecast, which is suggesting freezing rain is on the way. And the airlines, snow, airport snow, no big deal. When it comes to freezing rain, that's really a challenging situation for everyone. So drivers who try on the roads, they would know. Airlines, or pilots, same thing. They just aren't super interested in operating in freezing rain conditions.
Now, there might be some travelers out there who their flights aren't canceled yet, so they might say, hey, let me just get to the airline early and go talk to an agent and see what they can do. You're saying that they shouldn't do that. Why?
Well, if you look at the counters, the ticket counters, there are agents there. There's customer service agents here in the airport. The airport is open and operational, but if you're able to use the 1-800 number of your airline, you're probably going to have a bigger slate of folks that can help you out there.
And you said that the concern going forward isn't so much the snow, but it's the freezing rain. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. The freezing rain and ice turns everything really challenging. So that's what the airlines are watching the forecast, and they're making operational decisions based on that.
Now, I noticed that Delta and Alaska Airlines, and I'm sure there are some others, are either issuing waivers or saying that there's going to be cancellations today and tomorrow. Here at PDX, what are you expecting throughout the night and then into tomorrow?
We're expecting the same thing. We're seeing obviously some cancellations today. We expect to see some tomorrow, and we would encourage travelers to check with their airlines. The airlines, again, seem to be very generous in their rebooking and the policies that let you change your ticket because of weather conditions.
So this is the third round of snow we've seen this season, and at least the last storm was kind of worse in the Portland area, but we didn't see as many cancellations. So how does 35% here tonight compare to some of the other storms we've seen? And when was the last time that you've seen this many cancellations?
I would say if you go back to 2008, we had a pretty significant ice event then as well. And that, again, ice is the challenging thing. So that would, perhaps be comparable. I know we had more snow too then, but really ice is what makes it challenging.
And how are some of the maintenance crews handling the the runways and the roadways leading up to the airport?
So we have 24/7 operations maintenance staff, and we also have emergency responders, police and fire, who are here all the time, and those folks have been doing an incredible job, working really hard to keep the roadways, runways, taxiways de-iced, anti-ice. They start putting down anti-icing material, and then once the precipitation hits, they'll do some arm wrestling with Mother Nature for sure.
And some of the lucky few whose flights haven't been delayed or canceled, yet you have some recommendations for them as well. They shouldn't just show up to the airport and expect to get out of here.
Check ahead. It's the broken record message, but you definitely want to check ahead. If your flight is going out and you want to plan accordingly, be very aware of the weather conditions. Give yourself extra time to get to the airport. Park your car. You can look online at flypdx.com for your parking options. Really do all of the things you would do to make the travel process as smooth as possible for you.
And if people have any questions, should they be asking their airlines, or should they be looking at the PDX website? Where should they be going?
They can source the information as you can. Your best bet for airline operational information is your airline. And then again, like I said, if you want to check on parking, use the flypdx.com website. We also have concessionaires here that are keeping the restaurants and shops open, so know that you can get here safely, check in for your flight if it's leaving today, and then grab a cup of coffee or have a meal before you go.
Now, you mentioned that some of these cancellations are because actually the planes won't be here or are not here. Can you take us through that?
You can see usually later in the night, airlines will fly in. They'll have the last couple of flights for the evening, and then they leave the aircraft overnight, and it's the first one out in the morning, some of those 5:30, 6 a.m. flights out. So if those airplanes don't come in tonight, then it's hard for them to go out in the morning. So we'll probably expect to see some of those changes going on. But again, it's the airlines making the operational decisions.
Now, I know you'll be monitoring the forecast, but do you anticipate more cancellations as the night goes on? Or
I think everybody's going to wait and see what the weather does. You know, airlines can be quite nimble, so we'll see. They'll watch the weather, we'll watch the weather, and keep our fingers crossed.
All right, thank you, Cameron. We appreciate it. So you heard it there, 35% of all flights right now are canceled or delayed. So if you're flying out or into PDX, you're going to want to check on your flight status online. Chris will continue to monitor the travel situation here at PDX. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that.